Hello everyone, welcome to An Abundance Books. My name is Julia and I'm so excited today to introduce you to 2023, the Year of Readathons. In 2022 I had my own TBR game. Every month we would place categories and it would help us decide our TBR for the month, but it is now retired. So in 2023, we're doing something a little exciting. My goal with switching up the TBR this year is that I want to be able to do things that maybe doing this category's TBR game limited me in. And the number one thing that is readathons. So instead of just making that a silly old goal, I figured, why not theme a whole year around it? So every month we're going to be doing a different TBR game. I have a bunch of them already. I'm not fully committed to anything. We'll talk through them all in a second. But I'm really excited for it because it means I basically have a built-in vlog every month for trying to complete whatever the TBR is. So some of the ones that I'll do will be current, like the 2023 version of things that just run every year. Some of them will be backlist things. You can help decide some things, please, in the comments. If there are any readathons that you think that I would enjoy that are upcoming, or ones that happened in the past that you really enjoyed, I would love to hear that. There's no restrictions on this. So I'm just going to run through quickly all of the ones that I have sort of earmarked that maybe I could do, and then we'll go ahead and get started on the January one. So there's 4 that I would really like to do that are sort of in the time I can slot them in. February is Black History Month, so I would like to do Blackathon hosted by a bunch of people. Once the time comes around, I'll link everything in the description, but because this is so up in the air, just go with me. Similarly, in May, the Asian Readathon, I know that's run by Read with Cindy. And then July, I think it's usually July, apparently maybe it's August, Summerween I would like to do. I've done that in the past, but it's just something that really works for my reading. And then I'd like to do some sort of Christmassy thing in December. I have done the Merry and Bright Readathon, but I don't think that ran in 2022, so suggestions are open. And then I've got like 30 other options for things. Let me tell you the ones that I'm most excited about, I guess. The Summer Mixtape Readathon, that's by Leanne at Literary Diversions. It's a readathon based around songs. The one with all the readathons, this is a Friends-themed readathon that I'm almost certainly gonna do. The hashtag RoiGiBiv Readathon, which is about reading colors. That one just sounds nice and easy, and I think I need a couple of those this year. The Backlist Readathon, this is a readathon just about reading backlist items, so I think that could be really good for me. I need some queer readathon. I'm not sure which one I want to go with. I've heard of a bunch of them before, but again, suggestions are welcome. Do the Thingathon, Knock It Out November, Sun's Out, Books Out, The Upside Down Readathon, Read or Dare, Losers Club Readathon, Desertathon, Romanceathon, Read-A-thon, Rest and Readathon, Catathon. Like, there's so many options here, which is why I'm really excited about this. Maybe narrowing down the list to 12 is going to be tough, but we're here for the challenge. The only thing is, unlike my previous TBR game, I'm not going to be taking any punishments for this. This is mostly just to have fun, be able to participate in things that I've missed out on participating in. So there you go, that's the rundown. I hope that you're as excited as I am, but it means that we're going to go on to our first TBR readathon. And that one I already chose. I'm really excited about doing it. I'm going to be doing the 1,000 Doors Readathon. This is hosted by Drinking by My Shelf, Meg with Books, and Tea Books and Tasman. And it is a readathon where you... Actually, why don't I just insert a clip here of one of them explaining it.
The doors are open! The 1,000 Doors Readathon is officially underway. I will now give you a really quick reminder of the format before I set you off with your first prompt.
But basically it is a choose your own adventure readathon. You start with a prompt, and what you think of the book that you read to that prompt then determines what book you read next. And we've done it more advanced than ever before. There's over 40 different possible prompts, and everyone is pretty much going to have a unique readathon.
And from those 3 initial prompts, you choose whichever one you want to go with. At the end of the video, for example, if you were to choose my prompt, when you read the book that fulfills that prompt, you'll come back to this video, and then on the end screen there will be different doors links that you can go through to your next prompt. They're doors. They're magical doors, guys.
So everyone has a different prompt and you go through it. Cool. Me, I'm a little bit extra, so what I'm going to be doing is using all 3 of the first prompts from each of the hosts. And those prompts are owl, let me ask the audience, and the Eurovision winner of 2021, their live performance. Quite an eclectic group of prompts, but I wanted to do all of them. They will all result in only one book though to start out. Let's get through it. The first prompt, Owl, ended up being super easy because I recently bought my best friend's Exorcism and I remembered there's an owl right here on the cover. Like, doesn't get much more clear on a prompt than that. Generally, I would like something a little bit shorter as my first book of the year, but I guess this is only 330 pages. It's just because of the nature of this readathon, it sort of forces you to only read one book at a time. Maybe I'll do some cheating to have 2 parallel paths running at once. That seems like way too much work. Now our second option, the Eurovision finalist, that one pretty easily I knew the direction I wanted to go in, which is they are an Italian group, so I wanted something set in Italy. And the only thing that I have is My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. I don't think I've ever actually read this author's name before. The only problem is I'm not super excited about reading this. It's very chunky and it's one of those books where the chapters start in the middle of a page, so you don't even get the respite of having a nicely paced chapter. This one is still only like 330 pages, but the font is a lot smaller and this is a more literary book, I guess. I think it might just take me a bit longer to go through this. So I had a cheat answer, but then I realized both of these are my something friend. That's too much of a coincidence. And I grabbed a couple other books that I thought could maybe work for those prompts, but like, I feel locked into these, don't you think? So that's 2 out of the 3 prompts. How we're gonna get the third one in here is I'm going to let my cat pick. He is the audience, he's the best audience. So I'll grab some treats and we'll see what he says. Look who showed up. I haven't even put out the treats yet. You know. All right, I don't know how well this is gonna work because it's technically dinner time for the cat. So I don't know if that'll make him more or less cooperative. I haven't even put them down yet. Okay, ready? They're right there. Come on. You're not so smart, are you? This is embarrassing. Come on. There you go. Thank you for helping. There's one right here too. There you go. What a dummy. All right, the cat has decided. My Brilliant Friend it is. This definitely would not have been my pick, but I purchased it with my own money, so I should read it. It's going to be a very interesting first book of the year, setting off the tone for everything else. Hopefully it doesn't let me down. I've heard nothing good things about it. It's more of a me that I'm concerned with rather than the book. I also don't know how I'm going to do this to pick the next book because this counts for the Eurovision thing and also for Let Me Ask the Audience. So I might look at both of them and pick which prompt I like more. I might make this way too complicated. Thank you so much for joining me for this announcement video. Check back later in the month for a vlog with this book and I'm sure many others, and we'll have a lovely year. That's the plan. Thank you so much for joining me and I hope that you have a lovely 2023 and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.